So this month's guided meditation slash guided visualization is very metal because it's called 666. Don't worry, this is not at all related to anything evil or satanic. In fact, the number 666 are quite powerful in numerology, but that's another story. So alpha, this is an actual technique, 666, to get into an alpha brainwave state. Why do we want to be in an alpha brainwave state, which is 8 to 12 hertz, by the way? Many reasons. As one of my mentors, Peter Sage, says, the answers are in alpha. There might be many answers you are seeking. It's hard, if not impossible, to hear our own inner guidance, our own intuition, or the whispers of our creator, the universe, if we're in beta, which is stress. High beta is stress, which is probably what you're in if you have Cancer. Beta is like regular every day. Alpha is like this calm, focus and concentration brainwave, creativity. Those are all wonderful qualities that you might not think are that important when it comes to Cancer, but really are. Especially if you want to make the right choices about which treatment to choose or whatever. Focus and concentration, being able to hear your intuition, creativity, all those come in handy. So alpha brainwaves synchronize both hemispheres of the brain together, which might explain why they can have such an effect on our focus, concentration, thinking, creativity, all that. And also, you need to be able to get into alpha before you can get into theta. Theta is just a level deeper. And another fun fact, when you manifest, if you are trying to intentionally manifest a bright future for yourself, trying to manifest yourself being fully healthy, healed, well, cancer-free, that needs to be broadcasted on a brainwave that's between alpha and theta. So if you can't get into alpha, then you can't get between alpha and theta. It's a stepwise progression. So this is important, and this simple technique can help you get into alpha easily and readily. So, are you ready? All we're gonna do is inhale for 6 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, and do that for 6 minutes. So there's more to breathing than that. How long do I hold the inhale? How long do I hold the exhale? That's really up to you and what you're conditioned to. I would say at least a second. So you're breathing in for 6 seconds, holding it for at least a second, breathing out for 6 seconds. But if you are used to deep breathing, belly breathing, meditating, then you can hold the inhale, which is the top of the breath, and then hold the exhale, which is the bottom of the breath. You can hold that for 2 seconds if you want. But it's 6 seconds of an inhale, slow, deep inhale. You can feel your belly expand. And then 6 seconds exhale, slow exhale. You can contract your belly in if you'd like. And we're going to do that for 6 minutes. And you will see how quickly this works and how powerful this really is. So you really won't need this video after this. You can do this on your own. It's easy, right? 666. But let's do it together. A couple more tips though. Okay, so you're wondering, what should I focus on? Well, that's the beauty of numbers, is you'll be counting in your head, and that can be a wonderful technique for meditation because it takes your focus away from, the mind wandering, the monkey brain, the default mode network, and all that. So just the counting itself, you could focus on. If you have more of a focus than that, and you can handle focusing on more than that, you can focus on a particular part of your body. You can focus on a couple inches below the navel. That is where many cultures believe our actual essence and higher self resides, or at least there's a portal there. 2 inches below the navel, the dantian. Also, you could focus on your third eye if you would like. You can focus on your heart, whichever feels good for you. You could just focus on the breath going in and out of the belly, the feeling of that inhale, expansion, exhale, contraction. You could focus on the way the breath feels going in and out of your nose, because I'm recommending this is in and out the nose, by the way. That's always best unless you're doing a particular type of breathing. So yeah, that's enough things right there to start with. So choose something. If you want to focus on a sensation, you can focus on the breath. Feel like the literal feeling of the breath going in and out of the nose, or the belly contracting, expanding. Or if you want to focus more on just the numbers, the counting, that honestly might be enough for probably most of you. But you can also focus on an area below the belly button, the heart, the third eye. You can focus on any chakra, really. So, all right, this is a sitting meditation. You can do this sitting on the ground. You can do this sitting in a chair. Probably best not to do this lying down. That will just potentially prompt you to fall asleep. So this can totally be done just sitting at your desk, sitting on a chair. You can also sit cross-legged on the ground, whatever. It's usually good to have somewhat of an erect spine, but even that is not as important as just the focus that goes into this, the focusing on the numbers, the amount of time of the breath. So again, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. We're going to do this for 6 minutes. All right. I'm going to put the mic down and we can begin. Okay, our 6 minutes is up. I forgot to mention this, but I'm sure it goes without saying. When you're doing this on your own, it is perfectly acceptable to set an alarm on your phone, but do be sure it's a nice gentle alarm, nothing too jarring, birds, twinkling sounds, or something like that. Anyways, how do you feel? Take note. I always feel amazing with this. I can feel the energy flowing in my body. I feel so much more grounded and calm. So take note of how you feel and know this power is always available to you. This 666 power is always available to you. Oh, it's fun to joke. Okay, so remember this simple technique. 6-second inhale, 6-second exhale, outhale for 6 minutes. And that really can be a wonderful brain reset. We need to get ourselves out of beta so much. I mean, it's not going to, we're still going to be in it a good part of the day, but it's very good to get ourselves into alpha. All right, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. And much love, everybody. Thank you.